morning everyone, this is Tracy Newman from the Navigator's Tarot here to bring you a few readings. We'll have a look and see what's going on for the collective at the moment. I was talking to a friend yesterday and we were saying about how when we eat there's a real full feeling. You know, a lot of us are just feeling not terribly, I don't know, and then feeling hungry afterwards, you know, and not eating anywhere near as much as what we used to, eating more carbohydrate-based meals. Maybe that's because of the winter here, I'm not really sure. But also too, it's kind of like the food that we're eating is making us feel very heavy, and for a very short amount of time. It's like it only lasts for a short amount of time and then we're back into eating again. It's a very, very strange feeling. So, you know, and it can lead to hypoglycemic episodes as well. But I've pulled a lot of these cards here. We have the 10 of Pentacles, which is always the best card in the deck, which is about happy families, happiness within our, with our finances, and, you know, living in a kind, nurturing, supportive environment and moving upwards. So it's sort of like, these cards are amazing. It's actually a really lovely reading because these energies are placing us in the higher realms and removing us from these darker aspects of self, and therefore removing darker aspects of the world around us. And that's what's actually happening. We're moving into a higher sense of who we really are and the truth of who we really are. And so we're moving upwards into these higher realm energies. We have the Hierophant here, which is what's hidden. So there are these higher energies coming through for a lot of us and pushing out any darker or denser energies that need to be removed. Quite often I will find myself just breathing, you know, and just allowing, you know, just taking really deep breaths for some reason, like I'm short of breath, but I'm not. It's more the fact that I'm removing a lot of these denser energies. That's how it feels. And maybe that's the reason why when we are eating now, it's kind of like it's too heavy, it's too dense. We just need to have something lighter, and it's sort of like lighter, quicker meals and probably more of them as we move into these higher realms. And then we have the challenge is to move into these King of Cup energies, which is about nurturing, kindness, coming from the heart center rather than from the head. These are male energies, of course, but these masculine energies. But it's about moving into, I guess, a more emotional part of our lives and coming from that heart center rather than letting things, you know, go around and around and around in our heads. You know, like having too much mental stimulation can, you know, it's like directing that, moving it down into the solar plexus and the heart center. We also have the Empress, the beautiful Empress, which is in our environment right now. So there's a lot of feminine energy coming through the Empress, who is nurturing, kind, loving, very strong in her femininity. There's also pregnant with new opportunities that are coming through. So there may be, you know, opportunities to remove yourself from old ways of being, but also to old jobs, maybe that just aren't satisfying that, you know, the urge to access that heart center more so. So moving out of jobs that give us no joy at all, and moving into a basic, like a more heart-centered form of employment, or even getting out of that entirely and moving into these new energies of love, unconditional love. And because basically the Tower is coming in, and the Tower is basically showing us that we need to take a leap of faith, and sometimes in something higher than ourselves. Like when I say get out of your head, come into your heart center, this is where you find that still point energy. Once you come into this heart center and really access that as the observer, and with the breath you can actually find that still point, that center that you can find that will literally move you into the God presence within. And as you begin to access that God presence within, that still point energy, you'll actually be able to have an understanding of exactly how you need to move forward into these higher realms of possibility. Hope that makes sense. Yep, so look at this. So this is new beginnings. For the next year, I think it's going to get... it's sort of like once you move into these higher realms, everything else drops away. All the darkness drops away. All the negativity drops away, and your whole way of thinking just becomes completely different. It's like what you used to tolerate in the denser realms. It's like you can't do that anymore. It's like I can't do this anymore. I need to get out. You know, that's how a lot of people are feeling, and there will be tower moments for a lot of people as they move out of these. I get that it's like a new way of being, but for some of us it may actually be looking at new opportunities for employment. Maybe working for oneself. Look at these. See, this is the 7 of Cups, like looking at opportunities and different ways that we can actually manifest our abundance in a way. And we have lots of Wands energies, lots of grounded energies as well, some Cups as well, so it's quite a well-rounded reading. We have, oh look at this, the Star, the Queen of Wands, who's very intuitive, extremely charismatic, beautiful woman, but they're the energies that are coming through for a lot of us, and you know, accessing that intuition within will always find us and lead us into these beautiful feelings of hope in difficult times, which we are living in difficult times at the moment. But look, once you move into the heart center and access the higher realms through that heart center and feeling center, you will literally find a new love for yourself, which then you'll be able to carry forward into the new earth that is abounding within and without for all of us. And we also have this, which is the card of rest. For a lot of us, it will require some contemplation and rest time as we go through these tower moments and these changes that are occurring on the earth plane. Yeah, so what else have we got? I'll just have a look. Yep. It's a good idea with these, you know, just to not focus when you're going through the tower moment. It can get a little bit difficult sometimes. It's a good idea to not concentrate on the 3 of Cups, which are actually spilled. You've got 2 full cups behind you if you only look. So just remember to find opportunity in all instances, because to get into these higher realms, it can be quite difficult sometimes, and you literally do have to go through these tower moments that can just come upon you at any time. But it will be shifting you out of the denser energies into a higher sense of being within yourself, and then seeing that in your outer world and looking at the opportunities that come from that tower moment. Okay, I hope that makes sense, and I shall see you anon. Bye for now.